Hi everyone, I'm Gunshow with HDPhysiques at the 2016 IFBB North Americans. I'm sitting here with Autumn Cleveland. Tell me a little bit about your weekend.
It has been great. This is my 4th national figure show this year, but I also have to say it's been the most efficient and enjoyable show. I have had a few friends who are also here, so that makes it more fun always. A few girls from my gym too, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, it's just been a nice, easy weekend.
Tell me about your year this year, 4th national level show. I know you've had a really busy time. Tell me, January to now, how you've been.
Actually, January is when I technically started prepping for the first show for Junior USA's in May. Went straight from that show to Junior Nationals. I went from 2nd to last place in May, and then got 4th place at Junior Nationals. Went to Team Universe, got 9th place. Did North Americans, got 6th place. So it has been quite a push. This has actually been my most testing year, but also my biggest learning year, as I've decided to prep myself this time, and I've learned a lot about what doesn't work. So that actually helps me as a competitor, and it also helps me pass that on to my clients, my competition clients. So I feel like I'm learning for myself and for them. As a science experiment, a little bit of an experiment here. So yeah, it's just been a big gain. Great experiences, and I'm happy to keep progressing.
Absolutely incredible progression from January 1 to now. Not many people can say that. Tell me, what is the biggest lesson you've learned this year?
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna narrow it down to one. It's very tough.
It's tough. You can give me 2.
Oh man, the biggest lesson. You mean personally? Like what's?
Yeah.
Well, for myself, it's been that fine line of your making the distinction between your wants and your needs. There's times where I wanted to justify adding some foods in or not doing cardio, but then if I want to look at this objectively, I have to treat myself as I treat my clients. So I actually send my updates to myself. I check in with myself just to hold myself accountable and get that kind of outside perspective as best I can. So just learning that, like, you know, what's appropriate and what's right, not what can I make work or what can I try to justify with myself. So that has been a lesson. But also just to really hone in and focus. I have had a tendency in the past to get a little too distracted. I like to share my experience and my journey with people, but I've actually kept everything very closed in this time, and it's been nice. The way I actually feel about it is I don't really think anyone cares. I don't think I'm anything special than what's out there, but if people want to follow it, that's great. But it's kind of nice to keep it a little bit closer into myself and a little more private. So maybe just not putting myself out there so much to where it becomes a distraction.
Sure. Absolutely, keeping it personal to yourself. Now, this weekend you did remarkable in a tough class. Tell me about show day, how you're feeling, and kind of where you're going from here.
Yesterday, actually woke up feeling pretty good. I'm still figuring out the peak week stuff. I think I've narrowed down a lot of things, like I said, that doesn't work. I'm still playing with the things that do work. I can say that I feel like it was a good look as far as my lower half was definitely much better than my last show. Maybe could have tweaked a few things to come in a little tighter, but overall I was pretty happy with what I brought. Now the class was great. We had a lot of tough girls. I think it's 15 deep with some great bodies. And so the women who placed the top 5 definitely deserved it. So from here, I'm actually going into my off-season next with the goal of staying leaner throughout the entire season. I'm not going to commit to anything just yet, but I'm thinking early spring next year. So
2 weeks, what do we got going on?
In 2 weeks, I will be doing the Flex Bikini model search at the Olympia. So that will be a fun experience. It's a little more casual. They don't want a competitor's look. They want just fitness model. And so that's kind of a nice way for me to keep myself accountable for the next 2 weeks and not go too crazy, although I did have a burger yesterday and a glass of champagne. So
a well-deserved burger and glass of champagne. I'm sure you're going to look lights out in 2 weeks. Yeah. All right, well, we're going to close it out here. Again, this is Autumn Cleveland. I'm Gunshow with HDPhysiques at the 2016 IFBB North Americans.